Hey guys, this is Andrew, and today we're on Gran Turismo 5, and I'm going to teach you guys how to drift. So yeah, I'll be teaching you everything from like how to tune your car, what cars you should be buying for drifting and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, as you can see just up here, next to the name of my car, next to the time, it has the amount of money that I have at the moment. So I've been playing this game for a while, so I've saved up quite a bit, and I've had more than this, of course, but this, you can earn money pretty easily by doing a seasonal event, and in here you'll see things like, just let it load, just really easy things like drift trials, really like low PP car events that you can just pretty much get a stock car for like $20,000, and you can do it and get enough money to get some like a proper car for drifting and for enough money for tuning. So first of all, what kind of car you want to buy? Let me go to the premium dealership, which is just here, and we'll go get a Nissan. I'm thinking, let's go see, yeah, maybe a Mazda actually. So probably a Mazda RX-7's your best choice. So yeah, this would be perfect because it's cheaper than the FD. So yeah, grab a RX-7 GTX FC. So yeah, grab one of those, 24 grand, pretty cheap. I'll grab it in nice white, I think. That's a nice colour. So yeah, we'll grab that. Just let it do its thing. Lets me know if I want to drive the car or not. Oh, nice pop-up lights. So yep, let's use this car now. Let it take its time like usual. So don't get frustrated with Gran Turismo, you get used to the loading times pretty quickly, I think. Okay, so we got our RX-7, let's go to the GT Auto, which is right next to it, the dealerships. Let this load as well. Okay, so I think you should do an oil change first of all, because it's $250, really cheap, and it actually adds on about another 10 horsepower when you do it, even though it doesn't need an oil change. It still adds on some power, which I'm not sure why, but it just does. So yeah, do that, give it an oil change, and when it's done you'll have a bit more horsepower, which is what you need for drifting. So yeah, let's go back. Okay, so you can give it whatever paint job you want. I just picked white because it doesn't really matter now. You can make your car look as good as you want it to. You can also change the wheels, the rims, and paint them different colours. And you can even put aero parts on and overhaul the engine, restore the body rigidity, racing modifications, which you can't do for many cars. But anyways, that's all just stuff you can do when you have another car. And there's the first one with the big drip was the car wash, and I don't think there's any point in that because it's brand new, even though it still lets you. Okay, so let's go to, actually I'll see you in a second in the tuning shop. Okay guys, we're back in the tuning shop, and first of all, you want to go to the tyre section just down the bottom, click on that, and you have a whole bunch of tyres, racing tyres, sports tyres, comfort tyres. So go to comfort tyres and click on comfort hard, which is $1,200. So purchase those and install them. And they're really cheap, so they're the tyres you're going to want to use for drifting. Then, of course, second of all, go to the suspension I just showed you, and click on the fully customizable kit. That's 15 grand, which is quite a bit of money, but it's worth it for what it is. So, yeah, get that. Go back to the menu, go to the drivetrain. I'd suggest getting a carbon propeller drive shaft, or without the drive, carbon propeller shaft. You can get a customizable LSD if you want, but I don't usually get those because they cost a lot of money, and I don't really see the difference they make, but I think they probably do make a difference. But anyways, get a semi-racing flywheel, just here, I just got one of those, and get a twin plate clutch so that the gearing is close together and it has no like gear lag, so when you change gear it lags and it stops you from drifting. So Second of all, go to transmission, buy the fully customizable transmission, 20 grand. I know it's pretty expensive stuff, but it's worth it. So, okay, go to turbos next. You can get as many turbos as you want. There's the low RPM range turbo, high, mid, and high, and the prices vary from which ones you want to get. So wait, I'll just grab them all for now because they're gonna help you. You need plenty of power for drifting, but not too much, of course. So yeah, grab these, all of them if you can, if you have enough money. If you don't, just grab the first or second one, whatever you want, that's up to you. I wouldn't suggest getting any other exhausts apart from, I don't get any exhausts, but get them exhaust manifold, because when you get the new exhausts, anything past the sports exhaust, which you can buy if you want, sounds pretty terrible, and it just wrecks the car sound altogether and kind of wrecks the experience. So buy these two things, the catalytic converter sports and the sports exhaust manifold. So grab those two things, and a sports exhaust, of course, if you want. Go to the intake system section, buy the sports intake manifold for even more power. So you got 285 at the moment if you've bought all the stuff that I have, and get the racing air filter, which will give you 299. So that's getting close to the amount that you want. So now you can get the sports ECU, which is 1 grand and gives you quite a bit of power for its price, which is probably the best deal you'll get in this tuning shop. So yeah, buy that. Then go to the engine tuning part, and that'll give you some more power. So you don't have to buy all of these once again, but I'm just going to buy them all again because you're going to need the power at some stage for drifting. So yep, I'm going to buy all of those. And you can go to body and chassis if you want, but that's up to you. These just can decrease your weight and give you more power points, performance points. And you can get a carbon bonnet, which looks pretty good. So you can grab one of those for your car to make it look better. So yeah, I think that'll actually do. So let's leave. Just let it update the car data. Yep, and I think we're all done. So I'll see you guys on the track in a second with the settings. Alright guys, so we're done with all the tuning, so let's go straight into the practice section right above the tuning shop. And right at the start, no, you don't have to go anywhere. As soon as it goes on, just go to high speed ring, which is an original circuit. So click on that, click on A-Spec free run, and you get this menu that pops up, and you'll have traction control that'll be sitting on 5 already when you come into it. So when you come to this, turn it off, make sure it's not on, and make sure you have comfort hard tires on, and make sure your ABS is on at least 1, because ABS is it's really helpful because it doesn't let your brakes lock up like a handbrake does. So I think that's all good, so let's go. So I'll see you guys in the settings. Now you'll get all these options here and all these different tabs, and it'll look like the tuning shop things, except with all these things in the middle here and all this stuff on the side. So first of all, you're gonna want to go to transmission and go to this adjust thing here just next to the tick on fully customizable transmission. So click on adjust, and you get all this complicated stuff, and you're going, what the heck do I press? So for me, it's actually on the speed I already want it on, so 250. So keep it on 250, don't change it if it's already on 250. And that'll close the gears a bit together so that you can push more power out of them. So that's the reason you have shorter transmissions for drifting, so you don't lose power during drifts. So then go to suspension, just 1 down from the transmission thing, or 2 down. Now if you want to make your car look a bit cooler, just go to the top where it says ride height adjustment millimeters, and go to the rear and take that down to -25, or as far as it goes. Do that for both sides, front and back. Okay, now go down 1, go to the spring rate, and I'd bring this right up to about 11.5. So bring that to about 11.5, the spring rate for the front. Now for the rear, bring this to about 10.2, all the way up, and that should be good. Then for the dampers extension, the extension dampers, bring these up to about 7. Oh, actually 8, I'm thinking. So put that on both sides, 8 on both. Then go down to compression dampers and bring these to 7, 1 less than the ones above. And the anti-roll bars should be on about 3, okay? So that's what it should look like. You can just go to your PS3 and copy those now on GT5 if you want. And you can change them around a bit if you want, but that's okay. So then we go across front from that side, and we're at the camber angle, so bring the front to about 3.2. So give it some camber, not too much. And bring the back to about 2.5. Oops, bit too much. So yeah, 2.5. And I think that's about good. And when you've got that all finished, you've copied this, just press circle and it'll save your settings. As you see just here, it's all the same. Okay, and I actually think we're ready to drift. So I'll see you guys on the track. Okay guys, so we're actually on the track now with our RX-7 that I got. And the first thing you want to do is press select and get the right view that you want. Select will go through all the different views that you have, the options that you have. So I'd suggest this view, the exterior view, or you can do the inside view if you want, but that's just up to you, isn't it? So let's go. Just X is to accelerate if you're using a controller, and of course the acceleration pedal with the steering wheel, and square is to brake. And with the steering wheel, it's the brake pedal. And of course, the handbrake is the circle button on a controller, and to reverse is the triangle button. So handbrake will accelerate a bit and hold all the way to the left in the handbrake, which is circle, like that, and it will do that kind of a thing. So that's what the handbrake does. It locks up your wheels so that you skid. And we will be using the handbrake in this drifting tutorial. So yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. Okay, so to start off, just get used to accelerating and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you're all pretty familiar with that if you've been playing Gran Turismo 5. Okay, so when you come up to this corner, I'll show you an interior view. Just get a good speed, like say about 100 or 90, get about 90. And as you come in, go all the way to the left, and as it goes to the left, catch it by going to the right. And that wasn't a very good example, but it gives you an idea. So like, as you're coming towards, as you're turning to the left and jerking this joystick all the way to the left, okay, so just like this, except without accelerating. So with accelerating, do that with accelerating into the corner, so like this. So that's the first step, okay. So I'll just show you using the exterior view. So just accelerate all the way as hard as you can go and hold it all the way to the left. And then hold circle to slide a bit, okay? So that'll be like the entry into a corner. So accelerate as hard as you can till you get to about 70. And just hold all the way to the right or left and hold the handbrake at the same time. And that's going to slide your car and it's going to look like that. So that's pretty cool. So I'll teach you how to do that later on with some different entries. Okay, so for a basic drift, it's very simple. Basically, you get the car to oversteer like this, and you just make it go all the way out by just jerking the joystick so that it flings out the back of the car. And as it flings out, just try to catch it. So I'll show you an example of what I'm doing. So as it flings out and it's going all the way to the right, I catch it by going to the left. And that was called an overdrift, so that wasn't a great example. But just practice trying to catch the oversteer, okay? So oversteer is when the car, you're just accelerating, and let's say you want to turn this corner. You're just going nice and smooth, and then you went, oh no, it's too far, and then it skids. And it starts doing this kind of thing. That's like an oversteer, except with much slower. So you want to catch that oversteer. I'll turn around here. Yeah, so you want to catch the oversteer by using countersteer, which is going the opposite way of which the car is. So I'll go into interior view and I'll show you this. So as you're going, the car, you fling it to the left and you catch it by going to the right. And it will take the car all the way back and it will swing back and forth. So keep on catching it as you go and accelerating full as hard as you can go, and just catching it continuously, and just estimating what it would look like. Okay, so you're going like this, and just try and catch it. So you're going, watch my wheels, I'm trying to catch it as I go. So if it flings out that way, it'll fling back, I'll try and catch it again, flings back, I'll catch it again. So that's a good thing to do on straights. Now for corners like this one, instead of catching it going back and forth, you're going to do one big thing. So instead of going back and forth, you're just going to hold it all the way to the left. But try to estimate it and try to balance the drift so that it doesn't come back like that. So try to get the drift to like hold and get enough power into it. So as it goes, just all the way to the right, and just try to estimate the drift. So I'll see you guys in a second with some different tutorials on like different entries and things like that. Okay guys, so this is just, the entry I'm about to teach you is just a basic entry. So we're just coming in at a pretty average speed, say about 90 k's an hour, that's a good speed. So just come in and completely accelerate for a bit, clutch kick, keep accelerating and holding the drift by counter steering. Keep holding and accelerating and balancing it out, and just like tap it to the right. Keep on tapping it all the way to the right, so it sounds like this. And if it's going too far, just hold it down for a bit, or release it for a bit, depending on what the angle of the car is. So that's just a simple entry. So the next one I'm going to be teaching is a much more complicated entry that takes a lot of practice, and this is called a reverse entry. So a reverse entry basically is when your car, the angle of it is like past 90 degrees with the road. So this is 90 degrees with the road, it's right across. A reverse entry is just past that, so it's about this, or about this. So it should look a bit like that. So that's what it's like. So I'll just give you a quick demonstration which you can try practicing, but it's going to take a while before you learn. So this is like a reverse entry, so you come in like that, and that's just an entry, but it's even harder to like keep on accelerating. So you're going to need a lot of speed for a reverse entry, so I'll just do one more quick example of how to do one. So let's get a lot of speed this time, and turn around. Okay, so let's try now. So guys, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you liked this video, and if it helped you. Okay, so we're coming into a reverse entry, here we go, a good speed, and I hold down the handbrake, throw it to the right. That wasn't really a reverse entry, that was just a normal one, but a reverse entry is like past 90 degrees, if you get what I mean, so it should look like this. Except even further, so yeah, I can't really do it myself, but you can practice that. So I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, post it in the comments below, or send me a message on YouTube. And yeah, so remember to subscribe, and post a comment on what you thought of the video. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.